Hey guys, I'm Tash. Welcome back to day 2 of Fable's 30-day yoga series. For those of you who may not already know me, I'm a yoga teacher and I'm also co-founder of Easy Tiger, the amazing studio that we're filming all of this in. We're based in Moorgate, so definitely come down and say hi if you're ever in London. But for today, we're going to move through a strong power flow with a focus on the lower body, the glutes. We're going to have fun, you're going to get sweaty. If anything is too much, know that you can always come back to child's pose, have a little rest, take a lower option, take a heavier option if you're feeling like you want something a little bit more spicy and I'm not giving it to you. But otherwise, let's just have some fun and get moving. Hey guys, so let's get started. As you can see, I've taken my top off because I'm expecting to get a little bit sweaty. So feel free to take your jumpers off now because we're going to start building heat pretty quick. But we are going to start not as we mean to go on in child's pose. So take your feet together, knees apart, and reach your arms overhead and just let your head rest down onto the mat. Taking a moment here to close your eyes, to start deepening your breath. So we're just going to allow ourselves really to arrive onto our mats, into this space wherever you are, to begin grounding ourselves in our practice. And as it's January, we've got an opportunity for a new beginning. Perhaps thinking about how it is that you want to feel at the end of this 30-day series. And how you can maybe take a small step towards that today in your practice. Is there a way that you can move that's going to help you achieve a certain feeling? Is there a way that you can talk to yourself that's perhaps a little bit kinder or a little bit softer? Maybe you could be a little bit more encouraging towards yourself as we move through some of the more challenging postures. So just figure out what it is that you need. Taking a big breath, filling up the lungs. And take a long, slow exhale, really allowing yourself to soften down into the mat. On your next inhale, rise forward to come into your tabletop position. So once you get here, stack your shoulders directly over your wrists, your hips over your knees. So we're going to use this first 4-point posture to really lay our foundations for the practice. So as we move through the practice today, really focus on trying to keep that space between your thumb and your first finger really firmly plugged down into the mat. So often we allow that part of the fingers and the hand to tent, and then we pour all of the weight into the wrist, and it can feel quite uncomfortable. It can make the wrist start to ache. So really allow yourself to establish those firm foundations first. And we're just going to gently warm up into the spine by taking a few cat-cows. I'm sure most of you have done these before. So you can either have your toes tucked or the tops of your feet down. I like to tuck my toes, so I stretch out my toes as well. And moving with me, as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, and allow the belly to drop down towards the mat. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Think about spreading the shoulder blades and rounding into your upper back as you drop the chin in towards the chest. On your next inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, really moving with the breath. As you exhale, tuck everything under. 3 more of those. Inhale, lift the belly, lower the belly, lift the chest. As you exhale, tuck under. Inhale, lift. So really waking up through the spine, feeling that extension, feeling that lift up through the head. Exhale, tuck under. Try to create as much space here through the front of the body as you can. Last one. Lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Maybe moving a little bit deeper here if it feels good. As you exhale, begin to tuck everything under. Lovely, and then come back to a nice neutral spine, but still having that nice firm foundation, being mindful you're not dropping into the shoulders here. We're going to turn the fingers so that the fingertips are facing the long edges of your mats. Take a nice big inhale with me in the center, and as you exhale, slowly start to transfer some weight over to your right. So you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch across one side of the wrist, maybe a bit of compression across the top. That's fine. Just notice it and feel. On your inhalation, come back to center, and as you exhale, take it over to your left. Being mindful of any differences here that you're feeling between your left and your right hand. My left side is always tighter. I don't know about yours. Inhale, come back to center. And then as you exhale, we're now going to turn the fingers to face back towards us. So think about spinning again towards the outer edge of your mat first. Sometimes we see this, which is wildly uncomfortable. So turn the fingers around. Now this might be enough for you to stay here. So if it is, just stay here and breathe. If you want a little bit more, maybe walk the knees in, again, option to tuck the toes, and then start to sink your weight back towards your heels. And you're just going to feel a little bit of a stretch through those flexors in the forearms. If you're on your phone a lot, scrolling through Instagram, you might find this is quite intense for you. If you're a bit of a workaholic and you spend all day hunched over your computer, this is going to feel pretty intense. Beautiful. Gently release off here. Allow the tops of the feet to come down, and then bring the back of the hands down with the palms facing up. We're going to drop our chest all the way down towards the mat. Squeeze your fingers in here to make a fist, so really squeeze the fingers in nice and tight, and then start to straighten up the arms just until you feel a nice stretch across the back of the wrists. And just go so far as feels good. The moment you start to open up your grip, you know you've probably gone too far. So really focus on keeping that nice firm grip. You don't need to straighten the arms here. Beautiful, and then gently release off. Sit back onto the tops of your feet, give the hands a little shake out, and then we're going to do my favorite but nobody else's. You're going to take the hands out nice and wide, and you're going to open and close the fingers as wide as you can, as fast as you can. Imagine you've got somebody in the room with you, and you're going to race them, maybe you do. So take them even wider and even faster. And we're going to count down now from 10, 9, 8, I'm burning already, 7, 6, 5, try not to let it slow, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1. Good, gently give them a shake out. Okay, come back to your tabletop position. Let's start to build a bit more heat in the rest of the body. From here, extend your right leg back behind you. To begin with, have the toes down onto the mat so you can really focus on keeping your hips square. Press down through that right arm. So you really want that right arm to be nice and strong into the mat. So again, we're not collapsing into the shoulder here. Extend that right leg back behind you as you lift it off of the mat. So really focus on pressing through that right heel. And then reach your left arm forward. Notice here if you've kind of gotten a little bit soggy in that shoulder, really press the ground away. And then think about pulling your belly button up in towards your spine. So everything here is super tight. Take a nice big inhale with me, find more length and space in the body, and as you exhale, bring your elbow towards your knee, crunch everything in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, crunch it in. Last one, inhale, extend out. Exhale, bring it in. Stay strong in that right arm. We're going to extend out one more time. This time though, you're going to take your left arm out to the left, and you're going to take your right leg out to the right. And you're just going to hover the leg here. Now, if you're a little bit like me and your arms are feeling tired today, then maybe this arm's going to start to go weak again. So really focus on pressing down and lifting that right leg up as high as you can. I know it hurts. We're going to stay here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back out and back behind you. So the left arm is coming forward, the right leg going back. Beautiful, release the left hand, the right knee back down. For a moment, just sit back into a child's pose. Let the palms face up for a moment. Give the shoulders a little rest. Maybe rest the head down. Take a nice big inhale. And a nice long, slow exhale. And then I'm afraid what we do on one side, we must do on the other. So come back to your tabletop position. Establish once again that nice firm foundation. God, I'm already out of breath. You can tell I don't demo a lot. Good, we're going to reach the left leg back. So same thing as before. Have the toes down to begin with so that we can focus on keeping the hips nice and square. We're going to extend our right arm out and then float that left leg off. And you're going to kick your left heel back behind you. Notice again your temptation. You may want the top of the foot down. You may feel more comfortable with the toes tucked. Take what works. On your inhale, really reach forward, create that space, press down through that left arm. And as you exhale, crunch everything in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Last one. Then as you inhale, reach out, take your right arm out wide. take your left leg, oh, what a shame, I'm going to reach the wall. So you're going to take your left leg as far out to the left as you can. I don't actually have space, so I'm not going to come along with this one for you. That's my excuse anyway. So keep reaching that right arm out. Keep it high. Keep the left leg lifted. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Take it back. And then release down. Good. What a good excuse I had not to do it with you then. Sink your bum back towards your heels. Release the palms to face up. Relax the head down. Allow everything to drop for a moment. Again, take a nice big inhale and a nice long, slow exhale. And on your next inhale, come back to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and start to lift your hips up into your first downward facing dog. So if you've been to my classes before, you'll know that always for me, our first downward dog, I don't care how it looks. I just want you to start to move, to start to feel into your own body, to notice what feels good, what doesn't feel so good, where you're maybe a little bit tight. You may see as you perhaps wrap a right leg around your left leg or the other way around, like your calves are a little bit tight. If you are living in a bit of a tighter body today, then maybe let your knees bend. It's going to help you find a little bit more length in your spine. So often in yoga, we chase having the heels down. We bring the heels down and then we round into the spine and the rest of the body. So really focus actually on kind of creating more length in the spine and worrying less about having super long hamstrings. The splits are only really good when we want to post a photo on Instagram that's going to impress people. That's about it. So don't stress about having super long hamstrings. Moving with me now, we're going to inhale, come forward into a high plank position. So let's just establish our foundations again. I should have worn a hairband. Spread the fingers, really firmly plug down through the hands. Think about spreading the shoulder blades here, firming up through the front of the body. As you exhale, lower the knees. Lower your chest down between the hands. Keep the elbows squeezed in. Think about lowering your chest and your hips at the same time. Bring your feet to the outer edge of the mat and then wiggle your knees to the outer edge. These are my current favorite. You're going to bring your heels together. Draw them in towards the bum. Come onto the fingertips. Inhale to lift the chest. As you lift the chest, you're also going to lift the heels up towards the ceiling. So you've almost got frog legs and you should feel your glutes switch on. If you're not, really focus on squeezing your butt cheeks together as you lift the chest and lift the feet up towards the sky. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, lower down. Option to either take it straight back to your downward dog, or if you want a little bit more spice, press straight up through your push-up and then take it back to your downward dog. Take a nice full inhale. Really find 360 expansion here into the belly, into the torso. And as you exhale, maybe exhaling through the mouth. On your next inhale, look towards the top of your mat. And as you exhale, step your right foot there. If you find you kind of get halfway up, feel free to bring a hand to the back of the calf, step it forward, and then bring your left foot in to meet it. Inhale to lift up into your halfway lift here. So think about creating space through both the front and the back of the body again. So try to avoid kind of this shape. If you feel like you're rounded, then maybe just stick the bum out, bend the knees a little bit more so you can find length through the spine. And then as you exhale, lower the belly down to the thighs for your forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. So we're going to reverse swan dive up. As you come up, really think about engaging the glutes, squeezing them as you come up. Gaze up towards your thumbs. And as you exhale, bring the hands into prayer at the heart center. Okay. God, I need to catch my breath. I never do this. Beautiful. Inhale. We're going to sweep our hands now and come straight into our half chair pose. So you're going to bring your belly right onto your thighs. Take your arms either side of your ears. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, come into your forward fold. Take another inhale, sweep to come back into that half chair, arms either side of the ears. And then as you exhale, rise all the way up. Good, bring the hands into prayer at the heart center. Moving through that 3 more times. Sweep the hands, come into your half chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep back into your chair, half chair rather. Exhale, rise all the way up. Inhale, sweep half chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, rise all the way up. We're going to do one more just for argument's sake. Sweep the hands, hug the arms into the biceps. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. I bring the hands through prayer at the heart center. Good. Now we're going to add a vinyasa now. So we're going to sweep to come into our half chair. Exhale, forward fold. This time come into your halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Take a nice big inhale here. Lower all the way down to your belly, either lowering the knees or keeping them lifted, whatever is in your practice. Come all the way down. Knees come wide, heels together. Squeeze the heels up as you lift the chest up. Press the heels up towards the ceiling, flatten the feet. Squeezing for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower down. Either take it straight back to your downward dog, or if you want a little bit more spice, move through your push-up. Take it back, downward facing dog. Finding your breath. Checking back in with that idea of how you want to feel when you step off of your mat today. Are you moving this far in the practice in a way that's going to help you achieve that? Take one more breath with me. Inhale to look towards the top of your mat. I'm going to jump, you can step, do whatever is in your practice. Bend the knees, look forward, maybe lightly hop. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, melt the belly down, forward fold. We're going to come straight back into that half chair, arms either side of the ears. Inhale. Exhale, take it down into your forward fold. We're going to come back to our half chair as you inhale. And as you exhale, rise all the way up. Hands through prayer. Let's flow through that again. Inhale, arms either side of the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep, arms either side of the ears. We're going to stay here. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, rise up onto your tiptoes like you're wearing high heels. Good. So don't look at me for balance. Find your drishti, your focus point, to keep you balanced here. Now either stay here or bring your hands down to the mat. Option to have a play around with your crow pose. So with the fingers firmly plugged down, maybe the knees are tucked up in towards the backs of the arms. If you come here and you feel comfortable, maybe lift one foot, pop it back down, lift the other. If you got there and you still felt comfortable, then maybe come straight up into your bakasana, into your crow. If you're already here and you're feeling comfortable, maybe shoot the legs back and we'll all move through our vinyasa. Good. If you did that, well done. Inhale, lift the chest. We're in our upward dog now. Really think about lifting through the chest, squeezing the glutes and opening the heart. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. God, I hope everyone else is dying with me. Okay. Now bring your feet together into the center of the mat. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky for your three-legged dog. We're going to get back into the glutes again. Take your right leg out to the right. So take it as far out to the right as you can. And then focus again on those hands, making sure that that space between your thumb and your first finger is firmly plugged down, and send your energy towards the back of your mat. From here, we're going to pendulum this right leg down. So it's going to tap the inside of your left foot. And we're going to take it straight back out. That's going to count as 1. We're going to come down for 9. Take it out. 8. Take it out. 7. Stay with me. 6. 5. You're halfway. 4. Try and get it nice and high at the top for 3. 2. Keep those shoulders strong. 1. This time we're going to hold at the top. Hold it as high as you can for 5. 4. 3. 2, don't let it drop, 1, good, take it all the way down, inhale, sweep it up behind you, and as you exhale, we're going to shift forward, bring the thigh, that right thigh in towards your chest, come high up onto the tiptoes of your left foot, pop your right foot between your hands. Ooh, got that bent. So we're going to rise up into a high lunge. So before you do here, if you know your balance can be a little bit off, maybe make sure that your heels aren't in one line. So the kind of closer in line the heels are, the harder it's going to be to balance. So if you're a little bit wobbly today, maybe take your feet a little bit wider. As you inhale, really lift the chest here. So firm up through the legs. Find that nice strong foundation. So really actively press down through that back heel. Firm up through that left quad. Take some weight over this front thigh. Firmly plug down through all 4 corners of the feet. Moving with me, inhale, rise all the way up. High lunge. Okay, God, I need to catch my breath, guys. So inhale, reach up. Think about lifting your ribs away from your pelvis, but without sticking the bum out. Maybe shortening the stance on that back leg. Take one more nice big inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lower this left knee down to tap it on the mat for 3. Take it up. 2. Beautiful. Last one. Good. Come up. Angle the chest forward now. So imagine taking as much weight over this front leg as you can. Reach the arms so the biceps are hugging in towards the ears. Notice if your right knee is tracking out or overly collapsing in. Think about tracking your knee directly over the midline of the foot. Take one more big breath here. I know it burns. One more big exhale, really strong through that right leg. We're going to rise back up, high lunge. And we're going to open up our arms. Woo, warrior 2. So I've got my back to you now, but you can see what's happening. So don't turn around. So really sink strongly into that right leg. Notice if your right knee is collapsing in. If it is, actively press the long right edge of your thigh towards the long right edge of your mat. Take your gaze to the middle finger of your right hand. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, maybe see if you can sink a little bit deeper into that front thigh. Beautiful. One more big inhale. And one more gentle exhale. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior here. And as you exhale, we're lightly going to place our left hand onto our left thigh and reach our right arm up. Staying with me here for 3, for 2, for 1. Cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, pivot that back leg, toe heel your right foot a little bit more to the right. Sweep the arms forward, lifting the chest, and seeing if we can step our left foot into meet our right, straight into our chair pose without any wobbles. Take one big breath, and exhale, step it in, stay low. Ooh, God, how's your right thigh feeling? Sink much lower here, so see how low you can go, and then check you can still see your toes through the V of your knees if you can't shift your shins back. Lift the chest, exhale, sink a little bit lower. Good, take one more big breath. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Option, a restful one, to come down into Malasana, heels up, heels down, I really don't mind. Or if you've got more energy, come into your Bakasana, your boat pose. Your boat pose, that's not your boat pose. Your crow pose. So take your option. And then when you're ready, if you're in your crow, lightly jump back. If you're not in your crow, just step back. And we'll move through our vinyasa, lowering through. Inhale, lift up, upward facing, squeeze the glutes, open the heart space. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Oh, this is now feeling like a nice, restful place to be. But I'm afraid, once again, we have to level out what we're doing. So on your next inhale, you're going to bring your feet together and take your left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Try to square your hips off here. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, wing your left leg out to the right. So I'm not going to be able to get mine very high. In fact, I could move this way. I suppose I could not cheat, couldn't I? Take your left leg out nice and high. Try to keep it as high as you can. And we're going to pendulum the leg down for 10. Take it out. 9, 8, so we're tapping inside of the foot to inside of the foot. 7, 6, 5, halfway there, 4, 3, strong in the arms, 2, 1. On this last one, we're going to hold it up for 5, 4, glute meter's on fire, 3, 2, 1. Allow it to come down, and then inhale, take it up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, shift your weight forward, bring the thigh in towards the chest, come high onto the tiptoes of that back foot, pop your left foot between the hands. Good, okay, same thing. Establish your foundations here, so decide how wide you want to have your feet based on where your balance is today. Make sure that back leg is nice and strong. As you inhale, lift up through the chest, and then take the arms up to find your high lunge. Ooh. Good, guys, I'm exhausted. Good, really lifting up. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and high. As you exhale, we're going to lower our right knee down for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, come up, we're going to angle the chest forward. Hug those arms in towards the bicep, take the weight over this front thigh. Good, breathing here again, noticing my left side is my weak side, so I really notice my knee trying to drop in. So firmly plug down, think about finding stability through that front leg. Yes, stay with that nice, calm, steady breath, she says. And then we're going to open up into our warrior 2. So decide what works for you in terms of alignment. Some people like heel to heel, some people like heel to inner arch. Really sink into that front leg, opening through that left hip. Gaze to the middle finger of your front hand. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Flip your front palm. My left thigh's on fire. Reverse your warrior. Finding that nice lateral stretch into the left side of your body. Good, take one more big breath. And then when you're ready, cartwheel your hands down. Square off the hips, frame your foot. Inhale, rise up. Arms come either side of the ears. Take the weight into that front leg. We're going to step back into our chair pose. Are you ready? Without wobbling, all together now. Let's step right foot in, step straight to your chair. Oh God, it burns. Sink into the feet. Keep the weight in the heels, maybe lift the 10 toes. Sink a little bit lower. Good, and then we're almost coming to the end. Let's have a little mobility challenge. Let's see if we can lower all the way down to sit onto our bums. But I'm afraid there's no rest just yet. Take the legs up into your boat pose. So you can decide here, should have really put my hair up, if you want to take hold of the back of the thighs, have the palms facing up, or extend your legs, I'm shaking, into this straight leg variation. Go with what feels good. I'm going to take this one today. Really broaden across the collarbones. Think about lifting up through the crown of the head. Take one more big breath with me. And as you exhale, we're going to cross the ankles, draw the thighs in towards the chest, press the hands beyond the feet, bring the hands down, lift our bum up, maybe for a breath. Pop it back down, good, cross the feet, step back. Either pop the knees down or lower through your full chaturanga. Lift up, upward facing. And then come with me, take the knees down, feet together. Wiggle the knees a little bit wider. So we're going to take a wild-legged child's pose variation. Walk your hands forward. Rest the forehead down. So allow the forehead to kind of crease down towards the nose here. Take a moment to just try to regulate your breath again. So if you're a little bit like me now, your exhale might be a little bit heavy and that inhale a little bit short. So see if you can even them out. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Keep that breath going. One more round here. Good. and then walking your hands up with me. We're just going to swing our legs out to one side and come to lay down on your back. We're just going to take a short little glute stretch before we move into our Shavasana. I'm just going to move the mic. Take your right leg over the left thigh, reaching, either taking the back of the thigh, the top of the knee, flexing the foot or relaxing it, whichever you feel kind of called to do right now. Keeping that breath nice and smooth.
Hold it there, don't move. Hold it there, Okay.
Yeah. And then we're just going to gently switch legs. So we are coming towards the end of the practice. So after this, we'll move into Shavasana. So if actually you felt like we've worked the legs and the glutes quite hard, like you'd like a little bit longer in each of these stretches, then feel free. You can maybe pause the video. Maybe you don't need me at all. Take what you need. Enjoy what the sensations are that you're feeling around the hips. Maybe you're feeling this in your adductor, on your inner thigh. Maybe this feels quite heavy on your lower back. I can feel that pressure on the mat. It feels really nice. Good, and then gently release off. Option to take any twist now that feels good in your practice. I'm actually just going to head straight into Shavasana because I need that now. But you can do whatever works for you. So either take your twists or extend the legs. Release the arms down beside the body with the palms facing up. Allow the body to really feel heavy here. Soften the jaw. Soften the muscles in the face, so that space between your eyebrows. And just allow that sense of softness to wash all the way down through the body. Releasing any control of your breath. And you can stay here as long as you need. This is the best part of the practice, so I'd encourage you to stay here for at least 5 minutes. Or maybe 10, or maybe 20, or whatever you need. And if you're ready and you've had enough here, maybe you're doing a 30-minute practice because you've got to head off somewhere, and perhaps just bend up the knees. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the shins, give yourself a nice big yogi hug, send your body some gratitude. And when you're ready, take yourself up. Maybe making that a little bit slower again. You don't have to come with me now. I just want to say a nice goodbye to you, to finding your way into a comfortable seated position. And we'll just close the practice together with one nice, big, slow, steady breath. So when you take the exhale in a moment, really allow the shoulders to drop, allow everything to feel heavy, feel like it's like a release, like you're letting go of something. So all together, take a nice, big, full inhale. And a nice, long, slow, steady exhale. Bringing the palms of the hands together, gently bowing the forehead towards the hands. Taking a moment to just send your body some gratitude again, to send some gratitude perhaps to somebody in your life that's made you smile today. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. Namaste.